games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome, everyone, to Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Kentucky Wildcats. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Gamecocks offense will have the football first. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day.
Oh, he's got some space. Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The Gamecocks in a good spot here with second and short.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the in route there.
They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
It's hard to have success on wide receiver screens when you're facing press man coverage because your blockers out front oftentimes can't pick them up, and that receiver gets gobbled up as soon as he catches the pass. You saw it on that last play.
Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down, they've got it at the 40. And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field. To the air on first down. Good timing on the quick out. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The Gamecocks come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. At the 20, he's got space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
I'm amazed by this offense. This is how you set the tone for a game. Running, throwing on the opening drive, driving it right down the field. You just run to set yourself up now in first and goal. They are feeling it.
And the Gamecocks will try to put one on the board on first and goal. Finds his big tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. Touchdown, Gamecocks! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Wildcats offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And greeting them as a linebacking core in the business of disruption, tackling with aggression. Any suggestions on how to work around it?
Yeah, I think you pray. These linebackers are fast, they're physical, and my favorite part is they don't like people. Like, they are trying to make physical...
Breaks into the open. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Fires to the tight end. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39. it all the way inside the 20-yard line to the 19 before being hauled down. Kentucky going quickly. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Finds his big tight end. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. Lets it go to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wildcats. Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. And we're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
Really nice job to squirt his way up to the 31-yard line. The Gamecocks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll move the wide receiver. The give on the inside. There he goes. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Clark. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. And the Gamecocks can really attack on this second and short. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. He's piled up 87 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. The Gamecocks have their offense in high gear. Looking to throw on first down. Fires left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. And you can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
Going to try to pop one on the screen. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
This guy's gotten off to a good statistical start, guys, but that last completion, he's already now over 1,000 passing yards on the season, and man, you know he's looking for more.
And the Gamecocks, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver going in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina.
I love the physicality of this offense. It's third and goal. I trust my offensive line to pave the way, give the ball to my running back, and know he's going to physically punch this thing into the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's the end of the quarter, and South Carolina has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put total 11. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. Going right to work up top. Makes the grab on the left. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Wildcats will hustle to the line. Looking for space, it's Wilcox. He's going to lose a yard on that one. As the rooster crows, they're getting cocky and cockier on third down here. Fires to the wideout. On target over the middle. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Working that left side now. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Offense in the hurry up. Wants to go up top. Punch it out of the air. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. He'll do it himself. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a third down stop. Kentucky sends out the punting unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
He'll keep it himself. Find some fresh air. Turning it on. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved the touchdown.
You know, it's so unique to find quarterbacks that have these types of moves in the open field. You oftentimes find guys that can run very quickly straight line, but how about the shiftiness of this quarterback and the ability to make people miss? That's impressive.
And the defense sold out to stop the run, and they do here on first down. On second and goal, they go right back to him. And again, he gets nothing. This defense is not giving up anything on the goal line. After getting nothing on the last play, will they try to throw it into the end zone on third down? A run for the quarterback. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
Second quarter might not be gamble time, but inside the 3, Palmer, I've got the green light. I'm going for this.
Scores on the sneak.
I think most coaches on 4th and goal from the 1-yard line nowadays, they're going for it. And I like this offense because if I can't get 1 yard, I don't deserve to win. They're physical, lower their pads, and they get the big 4th down conversion.
And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. Fielded in the end zone. It's Patterson. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Kentucky right back to the line. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Rushes on him. Powers through the defender. On the move at the 30. The freshman called his own number and kept this drive moving. The Wildcats have it with a 1st and 10.
And on the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35. And the Wildcats with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking for room. It's Wilcox. Jukes his way for more. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. And the Wildcats kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Trying play action. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
We've been talking about this Big 12 showdown all week, guys. Let's show you how things played out. Houston came away with the win today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks at H-Town had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. This game may or may not impact the college football playoff, fellas, but it's bound to shake things up in the Big 12 standings.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here comes the offense on second down. They'll give it to the back. Oh, he's got some space. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
There's really no secret to it, David. When this guy's running well, this offense is so hard to stop.
It opens up everything, and he's having a great day, showing you a little bit of everything, and this offense has got it rolling on the ground.
They'll give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Back to pass. With the catch, it's locked. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give out of the gun. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Might be changing the route. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Pulls it in. It's Clark. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. Wants to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Austin. Tackle is made at the 27. Let's give him 10 yards on the play, and it is enough for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He'll step out of bounds at the 23-yard line after a productive play for this offense. It's first down from their own 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Gilmore. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Made a defender miss. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Got his man in the middle. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Going to take a shot on second and short. Caught in the backfield. It's Bauer. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Final seconds of the first half, and they'll try to put up 3. And this one is anything but routine. A 48-yard attempt from the right hash. Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, you've been calling a lively one so far from there in Columbia.
And the Gamecocks will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Maybe adjustments or attitude adjustments, but they've got to find a way to run the ball at least some here in the second half.
I do think you said something that's important. I think running the football is an attitude. Like, it starts with the offensive lineman and being physical, having a nasty attitude. Running back, same thing. I think they need more of that in the second half.
You know, and I think if any of you are this defense, you have an opportunity to make a statement here. Yeah, I know you guys went in at halftime, you riled yourselves up, and you told yourself that you think you can run the ball on us. On this very first drive, we're going to prove to you, just like in the first 30 minutes, you cannot.
Catch in the middle, it's Wilcox. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down mark. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Grabbed in the middle, it's Wilcox. This freshman quarterback is slinging it out there to pick up that first down.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Wildcats come to the line in the hurry-up.
I gotta be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season. They have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They go to the draw. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game. Kentucky back at it with a fresh set of downs.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. Just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
They want to run this quarterback.
A nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you've got to be prepared.
Takes it from the gun on third down. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. Fakes to grab. That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Kentucky will come to the line with a first and goal. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. This quarterback part of their running game. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Still looking. Into the end zone. Intercepted.
Linebackers are tough job, right? Their first responsibility is to stuff the run, but you can see he does a really good job seeing pass, getting back into his cover 2 drop, breaking on the football, and making the interception.
Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
And you know exactly what time it is when you get down here in the red zone. You got to be able to run the football, but when you got a back like this who punches the ball in the end zone consistently almost every single game, you are going to feed that animal the run.
Well, the defense did a pretty good job that time on the option play of having someone dedicating themselves to the quarterback to get him down. Not enough to stop the offense from picking up the first down, though. The defense really needs to be keyed in on this because they're going to see this option play more and more as this game goes on.
The first thing you have to do to make these plays successful offensively is I have to block the edge. I got to get my speedster in space. They didn't do a good job of getting that guy out there in space where he could really use his jets. Nice job by the defense understanding it, seeing it, rallying to it, and tackling that guy for a loss.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's locked. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is, and you saw it right there on that play.
Got the first down and more. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the 3rd downs manageable so you can stay on.
Breaks into the open. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Gamecocks are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. To the ground to try to move the chains. Just across the 20 with a first down at the 19.
When I think you're seeing the mental approach this offense is taking now, the nice lead here late in the 3rd quarter, they're satisfied to just run the ball and chip away at this clock. This has been a really good-looking drive. Plenty of plays. They're staying on the field. They're bleeding and ticking this clock away. Nice job there getting it done on the ground.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Turns it loose. Just missed his man. Gave him just a little too much.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened. He didn't look open as it is, and the QB's trying to make a play, trying to force the ball, but at least he threw it where his guy could catch it or nobody could catch it.
Quickly complete. He steps out of bounds, but not before he has enough to set him up 1st and goal. And the Gamecocks didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Looking for the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Gamecocks!
This defense is going to have to do a better job being physical. That's 2 rushing touchdowns they've now allowed. They have got to be better close to the line of scrimmage.
They are set to kick it off. Do you think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Patterson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They come out now down by 2 possessions, 28-17, and hoping to use this drive to draw closer. on the move. It's Wilcox. Ball's out. Oh, and he's able to get it back. Good thing for him. Kentucky going quickly. They'll run play action. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. We've reached the break. It's South Carolina holding the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to take off. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Tempo and overdrive. Got his man. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. It's as if you're engulfed in a space odyssey. Williams-Brice alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. This Kentucky offense really moving the ball quickly.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football. We saw a nice completion on that last third down. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And you gotta love this defensive performance so far. Done such a good job against the running back that you saw last week, man. He can go off. He can make big plays. He can chew some yardage up and keep an offense on schedule. Nice job by this defense, locking in and shutting down the run game so far.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. Kentucky will be forced to punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Running behind that left side. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Motion from the wideout. To the air on 2nd down. He lets it fly. Makes the catch on the left. Touchdown Gamecocks. Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
The Wildcats moving quickly to the line. The give to the back. There he goes. That's a kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Got it behind the line. It's Wilcox. Slips one guy, now he's loose. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
And, man, this quarterback has had a day. With that pass, he goes over 300 yards on the day. Really nice job executing, putting up some yards today. Pretty good day for the young man.
Across the 25, he's got room. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Can't hang on, and he'll tell you he really should have made that catch, and he had an opportunity right in the middle. It'll be second down. Motion from the back. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Gets it out quickly. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Off-play action. Fires to the end zone. And he was going for the touchdown there, and they couldn't make the connection. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Going for 6. Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned. They'll leave it with him. Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Picks up the first down. Brought down at the 47, but not before he ripped off 15.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
The Gamecocks with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Across the 35. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
I think you have to like what you see if you're the coaching staff here. Your offense is on the field, and it looks like you got a pretty good drive going, and you're just going to try and keep this thing marching, keep the clock ticking. You've got a really nice lead here late. Just want to find ways to keep the chains moving. They're doing it.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. And the Gamecocks really need to keep this drive alive on third down. They'll try to power their way ahead. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. The Gamecocks started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. This drive has been exclusively on the ground. Could they be setting up a shot play? The give to the back. Nice move there. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 of the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Going to work on second down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They'll go to the ground. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Everything going the offense's way. They're trying to ice this game late. They've got a really nice lead, so you just want to run the ball, high percentage throws, and keep the chains moving, and they're doing that. This has been a beautiful drive to watch. Offense continues to stay in a nice rhythm here late.
Their work here is virtually done. No need to take any more chances. They'll line up in victory formation. The quarterback's just going to take a knee. Now on second down. And they'll take a knee.